Airbnbs and why you should not buy them in today's market. That's what we're going to be talking about in this video. But first, I'm going to tell you a little bit about today. It's very rainy. It might start raining. If it starts raining, who knows what's going to happen. I might have to jog, but let's keep the video rolling. Could get interesting. Beyond that, I'm going to give you some information about where I'm at. Look at this beautiful house. It's like a $6 million house right there. I'm in Coral Gables, Florida. It's a suburb of Miami, a beautiful suburb. The cheapest 2-bedroom, 1-bath you could get will trade for about $1.5 million. The neighborhood tends to be a little bit on the older side, just given the price point. Not a lot of younger people can afford to live in this neighborhood. I am fortunate enough to live here. I've done some real estate investing. I've been a realtor for a while, so it's just what I do and it's what I know. Flip a lot of houses. So I'm super thankful to be in what I think is the best neighborhood in all of Florida. It is tremendous here. Without further ado, my name is Alec Mancheski. I want you to subscribe to this video here. I make content like this all the time and I'm really focused on growing this channel. I'm a military member. I'm in the U.S. Army Reserves. So that's a little bit of background on me, but yeah, like and subscribe. Let's get this channel up and rocking. I've gotten 95 subscribers over the past, I don't know, week or two. So it's been a fun journey. I'm excited to continue it. But Airbnbs in today's current market, I think it's a bad idea. Now let me tell you why. The economy's in some turmoil and turbulence right now. We're not exactly sure what's going to happen. Are interest rates going to continue to come down? Is the job market going to level off? Are we still going to have a high unemployment rate? Where are we going? With all of this uncertainty, getting yourself locked into something like an Airbnb, I don't think that that's a good idea. I think as the uncertainty shakes out in this world, travel is going to be down. People are going to be spending less money on exciting, fun things and saving for that rainy day. They're going to start saving for the unknown. They're going to start putting away emergency funds in case something bad does happen. Who knows what's going to happen with these elections, right? We really don't know. And to get yourself locked into an Airbnb right now, I don't think it's a good idea. Now, on the contrary, I think long-term rentals, i.e. 12 months plus, that's always a great time to get started. Interest rates are low. It's a smart idea to go buy that real estate, get locked in. I mean, all the books talk about you can never time the market. The best time to buy was yesterday. But when you add in that uncertainty of an Airbnb and maybe you can't fill it, maybe people aren't booking, maybe outside factors like the current economy are holding people back from traveling, that adds way too much uncertainty for my comfort level right now, and I really don't think you should be doing that. So with all the uncertainty, that's number one. On top of that, the management is out of control. The management on an Airbnb is so much greater than a 12-month lease because you have to have cleaners in there. You have to have people keeping an eye on the property if there's like a party or something of that sort. Like a lot of times people rent out Airbnbs for parties. They end up destroying the property. So then you got to clean, repair. You're relying on all these outside softwares such as Airbnb, VRBO. The management is so much more intensive than it needs to be. So I think they take like 30 to 40% revenue share as well. So I would just stay away from that at all costs. Hotels are still, in my opinion, the better option, right? You got a bunch of rooms in there, the cleaning and the maintenance and the maids, they're all right there. It just makes more sense as a business model. Yeah, I was listening to a podcast, and in Tampa Bay, they had Taylor Swift and they were 94% booked out. A lot of the Airbnbs were probably booked out as well because she came to town. But you don't want to rely on those one-off events. You want a family that's trying to stay in the area, trying to work, trying to make life happen, to be in your property. They're going to take care of it. I think you're going to have a lot better success. If you are super gung-ho about getting an Airbnb, one thing that I would do is write and put in Excel a worst case scenario. And what do I mean by worst case scenario? I mean, worst case, you take it from an Airbnb to a 12-month lease rental. What are those numbers going to pencil out like? Typically, you make more revenue on the Airbnb side because it's more management, but then you have all those outside factors. Whereas if you take it to 12 months, yes, your revenue might be down, but that steady stream of income is very reliable. So run a worst case scenario, see where the numbers shake out, and you can be like, okay, I'll try Airbnb. If it doesn't work, then I got to turn this to a long-term rental. But then you're going to know where your numbers are. Are you losing money, a couple $100? Are you making money still? So just run that worst case scenario, plan for that rainy day. Just like today's economy, we don't know where it's going. Everybody needs to be planning for that rainy day. You don't want to get into any payment plans, any car payments, any golf carts, anything. You just want to have that cash on hand in case things do turn sour and do head south. There's a lot of uncertainty. I know I just did a recent video. Go check my last video, but it's talking about renters missing rent payments. I know a lot of landlords right now that are reaching out and they're like, hey, my renter's not paying rent. And I'm like, yeah, times are tough right now. There's a lot of uncertainty. And they're like, what should I do? I'm like, well, we can start the eviction process. So yeah, that's happening. A lot of renters are missing rent. A lot of car owners are missing payments. They're getting their cars repoed and they're fine with it. They're just going to sit with that on their credit report for 7 years. They're comfortable giving the car back. Not to mention all the insurance increases that are going on. It seems like every day there's an insurance increase in Florida for both vehicle and for house and condo. So it's insane. And these condos are going through a ton of turmoil right now with the HOA fee increases and all the special assessments. And little do they know, the 2025 budget's about to come out because it's almost January. And they're going to be, hello, surprise, ton of special assessments, ton of HOA fee increases. And by the way, your condo insurance policy for the entire building went up 25%. So now instead of $2 million per year, you're paying us $2.5 million or whatever the case may be, right? So it's just wild out here. It seems like things are just getting so much more expensive. But that's what happens when you print a ton of money. Man, my shoulder's getting a workout. I'm holding a little tripod stand up here and gives my shoulder a nice workout. Let's go. You know what else is super crazy too? The cost of maintaining a pool, the cost of electricity is soaring, skyrocketing. You got all these Teslas now plugging into outlets and eating up all the energy, and that causes surges in pricing. It's going to be interesting to see what happens with the electrical grid as we move forward into this kind of no gas and electric only kind of mentality. I know in New York they're talking about not allowing gas lines to be run to properties and have it electric only. Now, I strictly agree with this. I really do. I strictly agree with it. Less explosions, less expense. It's a lot cheaper to run the electrical, just the electrical, than it is to run the gas as well. I think we're long overdue. I'm a huge fan of renewable energy. I myself drive a Tesla and I love it. No oil changes. Imagine the waste saved from all the Pennzoils going away, all the oil cans that are not being used. There's no brakes needed, right? The energy just goes right back into the car. The headlights, all of these things, right? The waste is being cut by so much. I'm a big fan of that, and I'm a huge, we need to keep this earth green type of guy. And just there's a massive convenience factor to it, right? When you own a car, it's such a pain to have to go get your oil changed or your brakes changed or all these other things, maintenance this, maintenance that. Let's just cut that out, by the way. Let's just make car ownership easier. But I do think that cars in general are going to be cut out of existence because it's just such a money pit. So we'll head towards Uber and Tesla self-driving and all these things, but that's a couple years away. But yeah, I hope you all have a great day. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm in Coral Gables, Florida. Please subscribe, I want to see more of you. Sometimes I go live, really trying to build out this channel, and I really appreciate all 94 of you that follow me right now, but we got to get this number up, so let's grow it. Cheers, have a blessed, amazing day. Bye-bye.